Hi, Big Dreamers. It's Eva Cartman, host of the Dream Big podcast show, the place to go to learn, laugh, and grow. We're here. It's 2020. I want this to be your best year yet. Today, I'm going to share one of the essential skills you will need to work on to make that happen. And I'll share a story of how my family used that very skill to turn a potentially terrible day into a great one. This is episode 171, the first episode of 2020. You know what time it is. It's time to dream big.
My name is Eva Cartman. I'm part of a squad of super kids that are here to change the world. We don't believe you need to be adults to have big goals and start working towards your dreams. We believe age is just a number, and you're never too young to make a difference. We may be young, but we are not naive. We understand that achieving our big dreams will not be easy. It will take incredible dedication, hard work, and yes, massive action. There will be ups and downs, but we embrace the challenges and relish pushing outside of our comfort zone because this is how we grow. They may not teach us these concepts in our school textbooks, but we are smart enough to know that the tools and tactics to achieve our big dreams are out there. And we are willing to do the work to seek out these skills and master them because we know that our future depends on it. We are the big dreamers, and it's time to dream big.
Before I reveal the skill that I want you to focus on in 2020, let's all have a quick laugh in a segment we like to call Silly Sophia.
Where do snowmen keep their money? They keep it in snow banks. What do snowmen like to eat for dinner? Icebergs.
Thank you to my silly sister, Sophia. It's great to start the new year off with a laugh. And Sophia is still loving to tell these jokes, so hopefully we'll be laughing with her all year long with the Silly Sophia segment. Okay, I want to tell you all a quick story of how my family and I turned what could have been an absolutely terrible day into one of the best days in recent memory, and then share a lesson which hopefully you will apply in 2020. For months now, my mom and I have been so excited to get to see the snow. My mom grew up in Siberia, so she loves to experience the winter snow. It reminds her of her childhood, especially around the holiday season. We had been so busy with school and extracurricular activities that we had not found a weekend to go. Plus, living in Southern California, there's not always snow on the mountains, so you really have to time a trip right after a storm so you know there will be fresh snow. The other week, we had the perfect opportunity. A huge storm passed through the region and dumped fresh snow on the mountains. We were also off school for winter break, so my parents decided to surprise us and woke us up early in the morning to tell us we were heading to the mountains. Sophia and I were so excited. We jumped out of bed, had a quick breakfast, and got in the car. When we got on the freeway, we saw the glistening snow on the mountains. It was absolutely beautiful. As we made our way up the mountain, we got more and more excited as we saw snow on the ground. There's something so magical about seeing mountains blanketed with fresh snow. We started talking about how much fun it was going to be to go sledding and tubing and building a snowman. And then a scenario we did not even think about started to play out as if we were in a bad movie, but it was actually real life. As we approached the turnoff where you head up the final stretch to go to the ski resort, the traffic started to build up. As we inched closer, we saw the sign that initially filled us all with such disappointment. The mountain was closed because too much snow had dumped down and it was unsafe to drive further up the hill. We watched as car after car made a U-turn and headed back down the mountain. Now, let me ask you, how would you have handled this situation? I know just a few years ago, I would have been devastated. So much excitement and anticipation was building up all morning about this magical day in the snow, and we drive for a few hours only to find out the resort was closed. Well, my parents told us that we didn't come all the way to turn around and go back home. We were going to have a blast in the snow no matter what. We were planning on renting sleds and tubes from the ski resort that we were going to. So, first, we needed to find some equipment. We found a nearby gas station that sold sleds, so we purchased a sled and one of those circular saucer sleds too. Then we went as far as we could possibly go, safely of course, and parked our car. We took the sleds and set out on our own adventure. It turned out that we had way more fun doing this than we would probably have had on the crowded ski mountain. There was no one else around, just me, my parents, and my sister on those untouched mountains with fresh snow. We hiked about 100 yards from our car, having snow fights along the way. And then, for the next few hours, we took turns sledding and playing in the snow. And of course, we built a snowman that resembled Olaf, as we recently saw Frozen 2, so that was my sister's #1 priority. Sounds like a pretty incredible day, right? Well, it was, but it could have turned out very differently. I'm sure many families turned back down the mountain defeated and devastated when they saw that the mountain was closed. But one of the skills my parents have always worked on with us, and one that many Dream Big guests have also talked about, is learning to go with the flow and be creative. Life will never go perfectly according to plan. There's no perfect script. In fact, I can guarantee you that however you are thinking your 2020 will turn out, there will be surprises and not always pleasant ones. So when things do not turn out the way you expect, rather than getting upset or giving up, think about how you can react and turn that negative into a positive. We ended up having one of the best days that I can remember as a family, even though we were all 100% sure that we would be going to the ski resort when we got in the car that morning. Learn to go with the flow, whether you are in the snow or, for that matter, wherever you may go. How's that for a rhyme? As always, thank you so much for listening. Be sure to check out the show notes at dreambigpodcast.com/171. And if you enjoyed this special episode, it would mean the world to me if you take a moment to leave a review on iTunes at dreambigpodcast.com/iTunes. It really does make my day to hear from you and know that the hard work that we put in each and every week to bring you a new episode every Monday is making a difference. So, if this podcast is helping you, then please ask your parents to help you leave a review at dreambigpodcast.com/iTunes. It also helps our position in the iTunes rankings so we can reach more young big dreamers and bring you amazing guests in 2020. And that's all for this first episode of 2020. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to the Dream Big Podcast, and Happy New Year to you and your family. This is Eva Cartman reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional, you need to make them essential. So take massive action to turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion, the way life was meant to be. I'll see you next episode. Bye.